Hey guys, this is Tuesday morning. Yesterday morning I started to take the valve covers off the Mustang so that I can put the new Ford Performance cams in, which I've been waiting for almost 7 months, waiting for them to get in stock. Finally found them at Summit Racing. So today I'm going to put them in. I'm not going to show you how to put them in. I'm just going to take some pictures along the way or take a little video and explanations. There's plenty of videos out there on getting the valve covers off and so forth. Anyway, I had to get the valve covers off and get them to a buddy of mine. He's going to paint them. And let me show you what I got right now. Okay, so at this time, this is what I've got. The dipstick, I just loosened the bolt that holds it on, and you could move it sufficiently to get the cover off easily. Of course, all the wiring has to be disconnected, and you can see that the cover just pulled off, came right out. Had removal of the air filter. That's not a big deal. Over here, you can see that I removed the battery and battery box. It makes it infinitely easier, especially since I've already had the battery box out once, to do the clutch. I had to take that out to get to a sensor way back there on the block. Okay, enough of that crap, but here's where we stand right now. I've obviously got to get the valve cover gaskets off. I don't know if you guys can, doesn't really matter, but I got new spark plugs, put new spark plugs in it last night, put anti-seize on the threads of the plugs. They're all set to go. So now it's just a matter of the camshafts, and like I said, I'm not going to videotape that. I'm just going to put them in. This is not a prop rod. This is my shop light. So I'm going to get with the program here. This is how the cams came packaged. There was just the cams in the box. I did order the bolts, of course. I was a little bit disappointed to find out that you pay this much for them and there are absolutely no instructions in the box. There is a left and right cam, by the way. I did get some tools to do the job from eBay. Not a big deal. And from eBay I got new gaskets, which are going over here. I've got all the bolts all stripped off already. Got the silicone stripped off. I do have also new seals coming for the valve covers where the PVC comes out. So that's where we stand. Let's get with it. Okay guys, I got the left-hand side done, so let's take a look at it. Okay, here's the left-hand side done. And I had an easy time of it, with the exception that this rocker right here, I got the camshaft all tightened down and found out that that rocker right there had slid off. So I basically had to loosen everything up again. I didn't have a torque, so I had to loosen everything up again and get that put back on there. It was not a big deal. You can see now that all the rockers are in place, and now I know what to look for. I did have to grab the camshaft right here where they say you can grab it, and rotate it to get it to match up with the pin in the limiter. But that all went fine. Got the new limiter bolt in. Got assembly lube. There's assembly lube on all of that. I think you can see a residue of it. I used the Lucas engine assembly lube. It's ready for a valve cover, but we're just going to leave it like that for right now, and we're going to work on this side over here. And you can see that I have my tool in there, and I have the limiter off. It is disconnected from the camshaft, and I have all the bolts down there loose, and the cam is ready to come out. And this side should be easy as well. It took me about 40 minutes to do the one side because I was being exceptionally careful. Not that I'm not usually, but because I hadn't done it, I was unusually careful, and this side as well. And even being careful, I did lose that one rocker and didn't notice it before I tightened it a little bit. But anyway, I won't make that mistake here. And now I'm going to take you out, and Mike, my buddy Mike Canizero, just brought the valve covers over. I'll show you a picture of them. Okay, here they are. He painted them very early this morning. I think they turned out pretty good. The castings are very, very rough, so he did the best he could, and I think it just looks fabulous. We used red simply because I have the red accents in the with the brake calipers and the track bar underneath, and everywhere I have any kind of accent there, it's red. So I just decided to do the valve covers red. I think that's it, and I'll get back to you whenever I'm get to another point in this. But so far so good. Okay guys, they're both in, both torqued down. Here is the right side, and again the left side. I'm going to pick up some seals that go inside the valve covers, and then I'm going to come back, put those in, and maybe I can get this thing set up later on this afternoon. Okay gang, here we are. Got the valve covers on. I think they look pretty good. Now all I got to do is button everything else up, put all the wiring back, hook the dipstick back up, and I'm not going to put the strut or anything on until I make sure everything works. But everything should be fine. This valve cover here, I had to take it off. The gasket slipped out on the bottom. I checked it with a mirror, fortunately, before I tightened everything down. So I had to redo that one, but it all went together smooth. It only took me about 45 minutes to get them on there, which I know seems like a long time, but I'm just being careful. I'm going to hook everything up and see what I get. Okay everybody, I've got it all back together. I believe I have everything plugged up. I've gone around and checked it a couple of times, and everything looks good. And I'm gonna try and crank it, and I'll try and put the camera down. Don't know if I'll get the thing in picture, but we're gonna try and see. Well, so far so good. No ticking, no clicking. Sounds good. Let's go see what it sounds like in back. Pick up a piece of paper here. Driven it yet, but it looks like a success. I'm going to go up and check the engine bay one more time. Okay everybody, I did drive it later on today and put about 10 miles on it, and everything seems like it's hunky-dory. I guess I'll find out. I think everything is good, and I love the sound of it, and I do feel an increase in horsepower from about 1,500 up. You can feel it pull a little more. I haven't heard anybody say that with these hot rod the Ford hot rod cams, but you get the lope, and it seems like it's running a little rich at the low end. I have not gotten it tuned yet, but I do feel a little more pull, in my opinion, from about 1,500 up. I haven't run it up real high either, but about 3,000, and that's my opinion of them so far. I appreciate you guys taking a look, and thank you all.